Mar, what's going on? Mar, what's going on? How you doing? I am in Cosmo, smoking. Thank you. I'm in Cosmo. How you doing? Mud, what's going on? Yeah, TikTok's live, but we can't go. TikTok is back on, but we can't go live. Yes. So let's hang out in here. So we can show the machines, which is pretty cool. So how's everyone feeling after our little what was that, about 15 hours? You know, after we got home last night, we really were thinking about it, and you know, it was kind of crazy. The whole thing last night. Yeah, I know it was an extremely long 15 hours. Go Birds! We got some lots of Eagles fans out here today. That game was like a nail biter, man. Yeah, so when we do get to go live, I want to just kind of recap how it was last night when we were getting our stream cut off. It was quite eerie. You know, I'll tell you guys, but yeah, I know. I sent a message to a couple people just to see. I was like, wait, you know, I opened it up by accident. Internet, what's going on? How you doing? Yeah, I was sitting there talking with my partner at work, and you know, he's like, we were talking about it, and I was just like, man, explain it to, you know, telling him, you know, we were having a fun time, we were chilling out, you know, talking outside Park MGM, and as soon as we got over by New York, that was when Jen called, and it was like, I was like, what do you mean? No, I'm still alive. And she sent me a screenshot of the message that she got, and then it was just it was just very eerie. It was like just silent. There was no movement on the chat screen. There was nothing going on. And you know, I don't know if you guys could hear me. I was like, hey, is there anybody out there? Hello? Come on, just tap that screen. Let me see one more heart. And you know, it was quite. It took a couple minutes to kind of sink in, and you know, and then Jay showed up, and a couple minutes later. But it was like a scene from a movie, you know, like I'm trying to find her. Simply, what's going on? How you doing? I was trying to find her. She was trying to find me, and we were just trying to put it all together. And it was like, it was crazy because, you know, I take you guys to that area by New York, and tell you all the time, it's a great place to like kind of decompress. And so this is the lobby area inside Cosmo. You can see it's pretty crowded in here today. I don't have you guys on the gimbal either, but I'm in the Cosmopolitan. The lobby area is really nice. It was almost like a scene from a movie, you know, like where the world just kind of ended. That's kind of what it felt like. And you know, but we're really happy it's up. And you know, looking forward to being able to stream over there eventually, hopefully tonight. So I was looking at the live section. So this is outside where you can where you pick up the taxis and the Ubers and all that stuff. Tasha, I know, I'm so happy it's back. I can't wait to get to live stream and and everything back over there. This is pretty good for now, but much more comfortable over there. We're going to take a little walk out around the sidewalk here. Yeah, it's mud. Yeah, it's a nice backup option, that's for sure. And it's something that I think that we're going to put a little bit more effort into, because it's not certain, that it's not going to happen again. It's not 100%. What happens if they don't make a deal, or this could all be just like another political theater. That's kind of what I feel like the whole thing is anyway. Just kind of got to walk out here sometimes and make the cars stop. Now, yeah, I know the ban's not lifted yet, right? So it's just like an extension, and there's a lot of work to be done. So who knows, right? We could end up in this situation in 90 days, 6 months, whatever. So we got to keep all our options open. So we're going to be a little bit more proactive on other sites for the time being. Yeah, the back and forth is going to be. That's why, I think we might just do like 1 or 2 streams on YouTube and concentrate back on TikTok, and post a little bit more on YouTube, and but continue doing what we've been doing on TikTok. You know what I mean? Because I definitely like TikTok as a platform a lot better. But yeah, we were real happy today when we saw that it was back up and going. Should have walked out the front. So I just noticed that the live recaps and some of the live analytics were starting to become accessible just a little while ago. So that probably means that the live streams will be up pretty soon. Where are we headed? Excuse me. I don't know. I got my coffee, so I'm thinking maybe we'll just head. I don't know where you guys want to head. I'm open to suggestions. You guys want to go try to catch a fountain show? Just walk the strip a little bit. I'm open for anything. But I am going to pull over up here and put you guys on the gimbal so that it's not as shaky. Like I said earlier, sometimes it's a little bit with the casinos, get a little go back through. All right, we'll walk around to the front, and then we'll cut around through the front. I can show you guys like the sports book and stuff. We really like the sports book in here. It's kind of small, but you know, Jay has made friends with a couple of the bartenders at the bar in the sports book. So imagine that she talks to them and talks trash. One of them's like a Celtics fan, so they always talk trash to each other. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely harder to reach an audience on YouTube. That is, oh, who's that? We got, looks like Buffalo just picked up a fumble. Yeah, it's a little bit bougie, that's for sure, Mud. You know, me and Jay, we like more of a budget place. You know, we like the Horseshoe, the Luxors, and stuff like that. You know, it gives you more money to go out and play around with. Tiffany, what's going on? How are you? Yeah, all right, let's take a little walk through. I mean, I remember when I first started doing TikTok, they weren't so strict on the showing the gaming. And then they got really strict really quick. So, from what I understand with filming inside the casinos is, that's why I don't like to use the gimbal so much when I'm filming inside the casino. So this is the sportsbook area. It's as long as you're really not like bothering people or showing too much, concentrating too much on the gaming, and you just kind of act like you're on the phone. They're actually pretty good with it, for the most part. You know, if you stay moving, they're pretty cool. That's my experience. And I also reached out to MGM at one point, and they said that they didn't really care if you were live streaming as long as you weren't stopping and bothering anybody, like watching games that you weren't actively participating in. But if you were just walking through, they would be pretty cool with it. But Cosmo is definitely like, has such a cool vibe. You know, games are always busy. Now, next door at Bellagio, that is usually way more packed. The security's a little bit tighter over there with the live streaming, but, you know, we've gone through. But it does get glitchy sometimes. More often when you're inside the casino areas. The deeper into these buildings you get, the more it kind of glitches. So you know what we'll do? We'll take a walk up the escalator back here. Because they don't, and you know, they don't mind if you're sitting at a machine and you're playing. They don't mind you streaming that. You know what I mean? Now, the one thing that we were thinking is, you know, doing these walkthroughs, we're even trying to take our lives, but the problem is the music is all copyrighted and stuff like that, so you get a lot of, you know, you can't really post them on YouTube, and you can't like monetize anything like that. So John, what's going on, buddy? Didn't see you come in. Michael, yes, you found my live. Magic Mike, what's going on, buddy? Crazy seeing the machines on alive. So I was saying to Jay last night, I said, wow, it's going to be, I'm going to have to remember what I'm streaming on. So this takes you up to the back area. Second floor convention area is where the, I mean, you guys have seen all that. Yeah, Mike, I recognized your profile picture. Last night, I think John came in as, John 505 came in as what, John 300? And I was like, wait, is that John 505? You know? And Jay was like, this guy can't remember what he had for dinner when he's eating dessert, but he's remembering your guys' screen names and... Yeah, that's what we're looking at. And we're also looking at that, like, favorite it, which is like a 100% live streaming, no content, or like Kick or something was kind of recommended to us. Exactly, right? That's why we're special that way. She's like, wait, you can't remember when we're going on vacation, but you know when Magic Mike's coming out, you know when this person's coming out. And I'm like, I don't know, because you know what? She does everything for me, so I don't need to remember. That's what she's there for. But yeah, I mean, it's good to be back. I was so shocked when I opened up the app and I was like, wait, what? I don't have that warning no more, or that message. And I started scrolling and I was like, oh. I recorded that little, I ducked in one of the little service closets at work and I was like, all right, wait a second, are we back? I was shocked. Called Jay, was like, I think we're back. And she didn't get access for about 10 minutes, 15 minutes after I called her. She was like, wait, oh no, now it is. Mona, what's going on? I'm so glad you guys came over and are checking this out, you know. We will go check a fountain show out. Now, the one thing I don't particularly care for on YouTube is if you start to stream in portrait mode, the whole stream has to be in portrait mode. It won't reorient itself unless I'm doing something wrong. But I got to watch a couple more tutorials on this. Okay, so the notifications and all that stuff over there. I know. It was like, all right, well, maybe it's fixed now. No. 30 seconds later, now? You know, I felt like we were kids again going, are we there yet? Are we there yet? Dad, are we there yet? Are we at Disney yet? And he's like, we're not even out of the parking lot yet. You know, so... So it won't let you go live on YouTube. So you need 50 subscribers, and then you need to verify your cell phone number if you're going to go live mobile. And there's a few things you need to verify before you can go live on YouTube. And then what they do is it takes like 24. It took us like almost like 72 hours to get verified to go live on here. As soon as we hit our our 50 subscribers last week, I applied for it, and I'm sure they were getting overwhelmed with people. We never really pushed this platform. We just kind of every once in a while posted something on here. So what we can all do is we can all try to go over to Mayor and subscribe and do like some sort of like following of people and try to get people up to the 50 so they can go live. Yeah, so you have to start your screen. You have to start your stream, Mike, in landscape mode, but then you're in landscape mode the whole time. And I found it's a little bit difficult to get good shots and stuff in landscape mode. You know what I mean? And plus the chat like takes up the whole screen for me. Now I wish that I could make the chat a little bit bigger, the font a little bit bigger. Like I had on TikTok, I had the font blown all the way up because my eyes aren't that good anymore. And I'm gonna put you guys on the gimbal real quick. So right before we went live here, that's what I asked Jay. I was like, hey, if we get access to live again tonight on TikTok, do you want to go out? And that's what we're trying to figure out. Hello, how you doing? Yeah, everything is good. Everything is good. We are happy that TikTok's back. But we can't stream, and I got that hour or so to kill in between me getting done work and my kids getting done work. Oh, look at this guy. Woo, that's a talent. Danielle, yeah, I mean, it's back up, but, the ban's not lifted. This is like a temporary extension, There's, there's a lot of fingers to be pointing at a lot of people right now. About 435 people in Congress, you know what I mean, that allowed this to happen. So there we go. Breakfast at Tiffany's. I knew who you were when you came in. I think we all know you. It's ridiculous that ban even passed. The more I've seen about it, you guys have to check out. So Rand Paul, I'm sure you guys all know who Rand Paul is. Actually was on, I think, Fox today. I saw a video of him, and man, he was really spilling some tea and about this whole thing. And I'm not a huge fan of his, but I appreciate that he was really speaking a lot of truth there. So, I think we were saying last night, if you guys were on last night, me and Jay used to be extremely political people, and kind of, after 2016 or so, really got our eyes opened up to a lot of things in politics that we just said, you know what, we're done with this. Well, Magic Mike, the whole national security thing doesn't make no sense. So Mark Kelly, the senator from, or congressman, senator, I forget what he is, from Arizona, he basically said it really had nothing to do with national security. It was more about controlling the narrative. And, yeah, they're all trying to save face, and, people are digging into all their stock holdings because, they have to report all that stuff. the senators and the Congress people. And, there's a lot of sketchy buys of Meta stock that happened in and around the time that they were voting on the ban, all that stuff. So, it's very frustrating. Very, very, very frustrating to see this all going down. You know what I mean? And I don't think they're ever going to sell 50%. I mean, and that's a scary thought, right? Sell 50% or give 50% of TikTok ownership to the U.S. government. That's scary. That's like state-run, media. That's a scary thought. So I don't know. We're just gonna have to see. Everything's a bunch of rumors and stuff right now. But let's just be happy that it's back. And it's just like, Oh, is it cold? It's a little bit cold right now. It's chilly. Well, didn't Kevin, some of them bandas are just so loud. They need to turn the speakers down just a little bit, and I think they would sound a lot better. I think he just really wants to go at it as for the TikTok shop stuff. He doesn't really care about the content and stuff. He just wants a piece of the TikTok shops. That's what I think he wants. You know what I mean? 50 degrees in Las Vegas. Thank you, Tiffany. But we'll see. There's a lot of rumors floating around right now. So let's just let's take it day by day and only believe a small portion of the crap that they're feeding us. You know what I mean? Mike, I think you have to go into your edit profile and it lets you change your name. There we go. We got some Paris going on over there. The one really nice thing about TikTok as a platform is, how it's pretty easy for people to monetize over there, with TikTok Shop, with going live and stuff like that, right? These other platforms, they don't want to share their revenue streams with us, Yeah, Mike, sometimes it's best for us to just, have level-headed conversations about it, right? The quality of the video's not that great over here. I wonder if there's something in my settings I gotta look at. I wonder if we're just in a bad area. Mary Jane changed her name. Awesome. Hey Mary, can you tell Mike how to change his name? No, Mike said it got a little bad. Let me move. Yeah, I wonder if there's like something I need to change in my camera settings there. So I don't think I can change anything right now, actually. Let me see. What's this button here? Oh, that's a highlight. Yeah, we don't want that. Let's see, what's this? Retouch on. Did that do anything to the... Man, that is exactly what we're doing. So, you know, we're gonna research this going live over here. Oh, jeez. I'll tell you what, it's a lot more touchy, the screen to... Huh. What's this? All right, yeah, that's not, I'm trying to, there's only a couple little buttons over here. I wonder, yeah, there's very little I can do to change anything on here right now. See, nothing's changed on my screen, so I wonder if it's just like buffering in a weird way. Magic Mike, there we go. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. You know, the other weird thing about this YouTube is, you know, I don't know if you can see who subscribes to your page or not, so you can like subscribe to their page or whatever, you know what I mean? John, yeah, you think it's just a bad area? All right, well, the fountain show is about to start. See, man, the community is still going strong over here. You guys are helping each other out, just like we were on TikTok, right? What time is it? I can't even tell what time it is right now. 4:45. So we still... You know, I'm gonna go walk up the other end. -2. All right. See, I'm feeling pretty good about it being like 50 degrees here. So, -15. Yeah, no way, Mike. No way. You'll never have me visit you in the wintertime. All right, let's walk around. Let's walk up and see if the quality gets any better. All right, I'm gonna have to make a mental note that when we're across the street from the Eiffel Tower, that the quality wasn't that good today. Mud's having a heat wave. It's 3 degrees compared to -15. Snowing in New York, okay. Yeah, I saw it was snowing. It's snowing up in Buffalo. It snowed in Philadelphia today for the Eagles game, which was another nail biter. Robert, what's up, buddy? 17 in Ohio. Woof. Too cold for the kids to wait for the bus. Never heard of it being too cold. You know, back in my day, we didn't have buses. So that's crazy. Too cold to go waiting for the bus. Did the quality get any better? I remember in Philadelphia when I was a kid growing up, it was like if you got 2 inches of snow, we got off that day. No, okay, so let's turn back around. And we're gonna walk back and see what's going on. So I got a little green dot. I think that just means it's recording or streaming. But it doesn't give you like, that's one thing that's really nice about TikTok is like you have that little button when you're live. It's green when it's good, yellow when it's kind of unstable. And if it goes red, you might as well just end your feed because you're stuck in that loop, that glitch loop. So still bad. Okay. God, I can't wait. I can't wait till the live streams go back up on TikTok. Yeah, I wouldn't want to have to wait outside for a bus in the cold weather. No way. You know, I think that's, I mean, I agree with giving the kids off, you know. I bet the parents hate it though. I mean, I remember in Philly, you know, we'd get snow and all the parents were like, oh, great, now the kids are going to be off. And it's like, okay. -50 in New York? Get out. No way, man. Forget that. Forget that. If I ever lived anywhere it was going to be -50, I'd be like, yeah, I'm catching the next plane to somewhere hot. I can't deal with the cold no more. Do you have, no, I don't have the 3 little dots up in the top right corner. I think they go away when you start to stream. Like the little gear, like, you know, menu dots. Weird. So I said when we get back, like I said, these are kind of like just little practice trial runs, and I really appreciate you guys coming over here and telling me that the video isn't that good. I don't take it personally. I mean, like I said, it looks good on my screen, and I know that it's the same exact device, you know. Okay, so you know what? Maybe when I get off of here, I'm gonna go into my settings and see if there's anything in the settings that are there for live, and maybe just make sure. Hippie girl, what's going on? How you doing? Make sure that my settings and on my phone are optimized to stream on YouTube here. Yeah, the 19, I believe, is how many are watching. Yeah, I think that's how many are watching. How many? Again, there's like really no controls here for me, right? So there's a little thing where I can take I guess a highlight clip. There's something for if I want to turn so you can see the light reflecting, so I can turn that off if I needed to use the light. Then there's retouch. I don't know, retouch on. I don't even know what that means. Did that do anything? I have retouch turned on. Microphone. I think that mutes the microphone. That mutes the microphone. And then we just have the to flip the camera around. What's going on, guys? So that's that. Yeah, other than that, all I have is up top it just says how many people are watching, how many likes, things like that. Yeah, I was having a hard time getting into the live, actually. It kept wanting to start, and I was like, it wouldn't let me put a location. So, hey, you know what, Hippie Girl, that's a pretty good reason, I think. You know, there's probably a lot more people streaming today than normally on YouTube. You know, all the servers. I know last night I was like checking around on like Clapper, Favorited, or you know, any of the streaming platforms, and they were all crashing. The servers were crashing. They just kind of, people just jumped right over, and you know. Yeah, this one was pretty good last night, you know. I said, when they flipped the switch on us, you know, it took like probably a good hour. Me and Jay, we were sitting in Italy, grabbed some coffee, and we were sitting there for a good 40 minutes or so, just kind of like in a state of shock, you know what I mean? Let me see. Hold down on my screen. No, I think the only thing that's popping up, Mud, is like a little like focal point thing. Let's hit the live, no. Yeah, I wonder. I don't know. I'll figure it out when, like I said, we'll figure it out. But no, we're able to turn on replies. I'm not able to do anything right now, hippie girl. Let me see. Hold on, there's a little thing. There's one down there. Chat filter. All messages. There we go. Let's see that. Community moderation. Live chat on. Anyone. Message delay none. No, I think I have it to like filter, like no filters on the chat or anything like that. So, oh, you mean like at somebody? Like, yeah, I don't know if there's a way to add somebody so that you can reply right back to them. Maybe if you type in like at Magic Mike or at my name is Mud, Yeah, I don't know. Does that highlight your name, Mud? If they put an at in front of it? I don't really know that much about YouTube. I just know how to look up do-it-yourself car repairs. I'm gonna watch some YouTube videos on how to YouTube. That's what I'm gonna do. We'll figure it out together. We're a smart bunch here. It's actually really hard to zoom too. Like there's like really like, oh look, there's two little geese. There's two geese in there. The fountain's about to go on. There we go. We'll figure it out. Like I said, man, we're gonna get a good community going over here too, but mainly we're gonna stay over TikTok. I don't know if you guys can see the little geese right there swimming around. They better get out of there. It's about to start in a minute, I think, or it should be starting in a minute. There we go. They're swimming away. They know. I think they're yelling at me like, hey, stop filming me. I don't, you know. Yeah, I know. It's been weird. The last couple of times we've been here, it's been later and later. Yeah, it's special, bam. Go on, guys, get out of here. So the jets are coming out of the water right now, so should be starting in a minute. What time is it? 4:59. We got about a minute. All right. Oh, there's little heartbeats on the screen too. Yeah, I'd feel bad for him too if that happened to him. Oh, thanks for checking, Mud. Oh, that's cool. Normally, whenever like I'm watching a YouTube video and I go check something else, it totally kicks me off of YouTube. All right, so let's go and see. I think this is about where the video quality started to go down. So when we get to the other side of the street here, over by Cosmo, let's see if it like gets better. The moons. You missed the moons, Mud. Albert, what's going on, buddy? There's some cold moons out tonight. That's for sure. Yeah, I know they do charge quite a bit there. I mean, they don't really bother me. You know, I appreciate their hustle. That's why, like, you know, we've shown them. Some of them are really cool and have asked, "Oh, are you guys live? Can you show me?" And some of them have really get like really mad if you're even walking past, and they think you're like filming them. And it's like, look, I ain't trying to film you. You just kind of got in my frame, you know. Yeah, exactly. Yep. A little more cheeky when they're making the money. I think we all are, though, right? I wouldn't want to be out here like dressed like that in the wintertime. But then again, I don't think I would make any money if I was dressed like that. Hey, you know what? Maybe I would. People would be like telling me, paying me to put put the moons away. All right, I'm going to throw you guys off the gimbal here, and we're going to walk back through Cosmo, and I'm going to meet up with my kid, and we are going to go home. Thank you. Done my coffee. Yeah, if Chippendale guys were like skinny, I'm really really skinny. And Jay says I need to put some weight on. I could probably put a good 15 or 20 pounds on. I've been basically the same weight since like high school, like 155, 160. Yeah, Tiff, I got coffee beginning of the stream. I got it from the milk bar up on the second floor of Cosmo. It was pretty good today. Not as good as it normally is. I don't know why, but the past couple times I've gotten it, it hasn't been very consistent. So I think I'm going to take the milk bar down like a couple notches on my coffee rankings, from top 5 to maybe like down to about 7. Traveler, what's going on? Yeah, I mean, so where I work in one of these big casinos here, and they give us free food in the employee cafeteria. Like today, I probably ate a dozen chicken wings, 2 small like sandwiches, and to keep it healthy, a little bit of salad, right? And the guys I work with are like, dude, you can pack the food away. And, I just can't. And then when I get home, I'll eat dinner. I eat like 3 meals a day, and drink like one of those 12,000 calorie protein shakes. And I just can't put weight on. It's a little bit fuzzy. Yeah, Robert, we've been having a little bit of issues. I work in maintenance. I work in the engineering department. And sometimes it gets fuzzy when we come in from the cold into the warm. Plus, I took you guys off the gimbal. Sometimes the casinos are a little bit weird. I'm still getting used to what we can do, walking through the casinos. But yeah, I do like maintenance. I do maintenance in the casinos. Good workout here. It's good pay, good benefits. So, all right. What we're going to do is we're going to end this one, and hopefully, at some point tonight, maybe the TikTok streams will go back up, and me and Jay were talking. Maybe we'll be back out if they do go up. If they don't go up, I don't think we'll be out. I think we'll be doing some research on how to make the YouTube lives better, just so happy that we can all be back together, and oh yeah, Mud, that's how I am. I can out eat some 400-pound people. Yes, so thank you guys so much. We'll see you soon, and it's good to be back together, and we'll be maybe on tonight, like I said. If TikTok comes back, we may take a ride up here just to say hello. And awesome hippie girl. So we will talk to you guys later. All right, have a good night.